Today I'm going to be doing something with you which is a little unusual, a little different to what I've done in the past. Never done this before. I've never spoken to you from my car. Now, you might be wondering, okay, cool stuff, we're going for a drive now. Actually, no, I'm not ready for that yet. Although maybe I'll get the strength and the energy and the confidence to do that whilst I'm talking, but I can't promise you I will. Okay, so what's different? Why is speaking from your car something so different, and what's the point? Whenever you do something different to the usual, whenever you do something you've never done before, it allows you to become more open, allows your brain to be more expansive, and you're less resistant and clammed up, and you're more receptive to the idea which the other person is trying to deliver to you. If you keep up that same schedule, that's those same habitual patterns, day in, day out, day in, you can't really take on board new ideas. And I like to share with you messages which penetrate and which deliver potency and which have an impact on you. I like to inspire other people. I like to empower other people. I like to get other people to see the godly spark within them and to become less dependent and less resistant to recognizing and identifying and incorporating their own godly spark, which has always been there, which has always been lying dormant and has never actually been elsewhere. As you know, and I've shared this on Facebook this week, those who follow me on Facebook, just Madden, we have 50 trillion cells operating throughout our entire body. Imagine that. You have been given this gift of 50 trillion cells, yet the majority of you think that those cells are benign, are unimportant, are trivial. You've been given a gift of 50 trillion cells, and you allow other people with their strong conviction to manipulate, control, and to coordinate the happenings in your life. Imagine that. How could you do that kind of things? That kind of thing, for that matter. Why would you do that? Why wouldn't you recognize the gift you have with you 24/7 when you're asleep, when you're awake? How could you ever get depressed when you know that you are living and breathing a magnificent gift? 50 trillion cells. And by the way, look in nature, look all around you, you'll see all in nature. You'll see the expansiveness, the lavishness, and the abundance all around you. I think we should go for a drive, by the way. You ready? I'm a little scared, I've never done this before. Ready? Let's do it. I'm putting on my seatbelt. You ready? Never done this before. By the way, you want to see my t-shirt for today? That's my t-shirt. You got this. I hope you got to see it, by the way. Let's go for a drive, shall we? Are you ready? Let's go for it. Okay. Never done this before. I was hesitant, but I think it'll be a good idea. Let's go for it. By the way, here in England, we have 5 gears in the car. Not everybody, but many people drive with 5 gears in the car, which they could control. And the advantage of that is that you're more in control when you drive, whereas in America and other countries, it's automatic and you have less control of the car. And by the way, that's how I drove here in England for the majority of my driving life. I call it my driving life. Yeah, for the majority of my driving years, I drove with an automatic, but I've decided that enough is enough, and it's time to get a car which is manual, and for good measure, by the way. When you control your car, when you are able to control your speed, you're able to control your life on a better scale, etc. That's why I've done that. Other people don't see it like that. Other people feel that, you know, they don't want to be bothered with as many disturbances as they drive. They want to have it easy. Fair enough, not for me to judge. Just for me, this is how it works, and that's how I do it. Just bear with me. Are you ready to witness this one? We're going to be seeing the lake today. If I get a parking space, that is, right? Okay, let's see if I get a parking space. I think we could get a parking space. I think I passed up a parking space already. Just bear with me a moment. I've never done this before. A little scary. But just bear with me. Please be patient with me. It's really good when you have a car which is manual. Yes, you have to exercise control. It's a little harder. But you get to exercise control. But I don't think I have a parking space here. I don't think we have a parking space. So if there's no parking space, you're not going to be able to see the lake. You'll have to forgive me. Oh, there is a parking space right there. Just bear with me. Doing this on display. I think I could do it. I think I could do it. The benefit of being able to exercise control and to being able to reduce your speeds when you wish to do so is that it helps you in other areas of your life. You're not controlled by others as much because you know that you control your speed, you control your feelings, you control and you adjust how you feel, and nobody else could do that for you. By the way, this is a very tight spot. A very tight spot here because I want to give you an angle so you can see the lake behind me. A bike behind me. I like cyclists. I think it's a good thing to be a cyclist. Although I've not done that in a while. My bike has broken and I've not got around to fixing it, which is a lazy habit, by the way. Nonetheless, we get caught up in other things in life. It's not just life. Okay, I got a parking space. You can see the lake behind me. And backing into the space. You'll judge my driving skills and tell me what you think of them. I look forward to hearing. Look, I've never done this before, so don't judge me too harshly. Well, maybe you could if you want. You could judge me harshly if you wish to do so. I won't tell you how to judge me. In any case, let's get on to today's message whilst we view the lake behind me. You see little duckies behind me? I'm not sure if you can see the duckies behind me, but there are duckies behind me. There are duckies, there are birds. Beauty of nature is all around me. Oh, I love nature. Let's get on with today's schedule, shall we? In this week's Bible portion, Jews from around the world, by the way, will be hearing a potent message. Not just one message. They'll be hearing 3 powerful messages. You ready? Want to hear about it? Let's start with the message concerning the slave. If you have a slave, you have to treat that slave kindly. You have to treat that slave with dignity, with respect. If you have 2 pillows, you got to give him or her 1. If you have 1 pillow, you got to give away that pillow and sleep without a pillow for the night. Without a pillow for the night. Come on. Please. I can't sleep without a pillow for the night. I don't know about you, but I can't sleep without a pillow for the night. That's what the Bible says. You have to treat your slave kindly. You have to treat your servants kindly. With dignity, with respect, with consideration, with admiration. And when you free those slaves, those servants, you must free them with reward, with bounty, with appreciation, with godliness. Godliness? Yeah. Appreciation, admiration, kindness, that's your natural state of being. And whoever treated you unkindly, or if you have treated others unkindly in the past, or are still doing that, that's an act which is not godly, which is not loving, and not good for you. By the way, I share messages about godliness and kindness and goodness, and this week kind of fell from grace. I was on the phone with a company, a credit card company, and I was kind of not who I should have been. I fell from grace, and I couldn't apologize to the individual who I berated. By the way, when it comes to money, I it's a weakness, my weakness. I still kind of fall from grace. I'm getting better at it. I'm understanding it on a deeper level. I know why it's happening, but I get scared, and When I get like a credit card bill or something, I panic. Oh, it's not old. My spending, etc. And I'm not nice. I wasn't nice to the person on the phone, and I felt bad. I couldn't contact the person again because they're gone. After you finish your conversation over the phone, the call center, they're gone. You'll never speak to that person again. So I just decided, okay, I'll send out love and light and reconciliation, feelings of reconciliation and apologies to the individual I spoke to, because I didn't speak in the kindness of manners, and I fell from grace. In any case, the servant got to be treated with respect, with dignity, with kindness. And when they leave and they set out on the path of freedom, you need to send them on their way with bounty, with appreciation, with rewards for their hard work, for their effort. And if you have one pillow, you got to sleep without a pillow for the night. Because the Bible was all about being appreciative, considerate of others. Fascinating. And later on in the Bible, in this week's biblical portion, chapter 23, verse 4 and 5, we see a phenomenal concept. We hear about the importance of considering the plight of your enemy. My enemy? Are you kidding? My enemy? The person who treated me poorly? The person who took my children away from me, poisoned them against me? I'll give you an example. Coincidentally, I happen to have some kind of experience to that effect. That person I have to treat kindly? Yeah, Bible says, yeah. That person who wanted to kill me, who tried to encourage me to commit suicide? Treat them kindly? Yeah, treat them kindly. Why? Why would I do that? Why? Because, and you should look at the verse. Look at the situation within the verse. What kind of individual is that individual who treated you poorly? What's the mental process like? They have a poor mental hygiene. One individual, his ox, has gone astray. He lost his ox. Why did that happen? Because he doesn't have an organized mind. If you have an organized mind, your ox doesn't go astray. You don't lose your ox. So realize that you need to respect that person because their mental discord is what's acting out when they treat you poorly. That individual who ignores you, who makes you feel like a fly in the wall, that individual makes themselves feel like a fly in the wall, has an internal dialogue which you wouldn't like to see. That individual who has an overburdened, an overloaded ox, do you know what they're contending with? Do you know what they're dealing with? They're dealing with a pretty unpleasant situation. What is that situation? That situation is one which you wouldn't like to know, actually. Help them. The mental discord, the mental disharmony is what's playing out when they treat you unkindly. Because the natural state of being, our natural state of being, is godly, is loving, is considerate of all beings. And if somebody's not considerate, if somebody treats you poorly, somebody berates you, study what's actually going on in their life. And if you can't find out because they keep it all hidden, rest assured that that person is dealing with inner discord, with troubles which you wouldn't like to know. Help them. It's very easy to go and help a friend. Big deal. It's very easy to show kindness and love and appreciation to a friend, to treat somebody else sweetly and kindly. What's the big deal? It's that person who's struggling with inner discord and they have vomited upon you, so to speak. That's the person who you need to pray for, help, and consider. And when you do that, which by the way you're going to be doing because you've already gone through, and after you've already gone through a phase of forgiveness, reconciliation, and consideration, you're going to find inner harmony in your own life. When we are reluctant to forgive somebody else, when we are stuck in a paradigm, in a situation of hate and anger towards another person, do you know what that causes? that causes discord, that causes cancer, that causes illnesses, one after another, that causes ulcers, that causes all kinds of troubles and struggles and depression. Forgive that other person. In my case, forgive the individual that told my children, try to convince them that I molested them as they were growing up. Forgive them. It takes a lot of mental discord and poor mental hygiene to do that to children. Forgive them. They need forgiveness more than anybody else, and they need prayer more than anybody else. No, they won't see it. How could they? They have these obstructions. They have these mental blockages. They have disharmony, which doesn't allow them to see past their lack of kindness. Doesn't allow them to see past their own struggles, their suffering. And their behavior is just a distraction. It's a distraction. Hello, it's a distraction from their own pain, from their own suffering, because we are godly beings. Every one of us has 50 trillion cells, which has been given to them as a gift. And those cells are not benign. They do powerful things, and they live with you, and they walk with you, and they go with you wherever you go. They are powerful gifts. Don't forget your gifts because somebody has come along and has treated you unkindly, has treated you poorly. See and recognize, acknowledge, and take heed to the fact that that person treating you poorly is dealing with a problem, is dealing with pain, is dealing with suffering. I want to follow on with a very powerful lesson which I've picked up from the amazing books I read daily. As you know, for almost 12 months now, I've been reading almost every single day without fail from the fountain of 12 books. Actually, 11, 12, kind of alternate. What has it done for me? Well, it's done a lot for me. But one of the concepts I've tapped into, and I've seen repeated again and again in the self-help books, in the self-healing books, in the business books, in the empowerment books, in the self-independent books, is the concept of lavishness, of expansiveness. We live in a lavish, expansive universe. Look behind me. Look at nature behind me. Look at I don't know if you can see the birds or the trees behind me. I'm not sure if you can see. You can see a birdie right there. Look around. You know, there's grass. Could you count how many blades of grass are behind me? I can count. Could you count how many volumes of water are behind me? You can't even count. There's so much, right? The point is that there's lavishness, there's expansiveness, there's abundance all around us. We just squeeze ourselves into tiny boxes. After years of programming, of conditioning, of feeling that inept feeling of being mushroomed. We've been programmed that way. We've been conditioned that way. But we could change that. We must change that. And that I've seen in so many self-help books. And I don't just read them self-help books. I read them again and again. And I underline and I repeat every single day what I'd read the day before. And I finish that day's reading. I'll repeat that reading, the underlinings of those readings again. I'm work in progress, by the way. But I put in the work. I put in the effort. It's phenomenal. It's a phenomenal experience being able to read from the fountain of so many amazing books, which, by the way, all tap into that idea of lavishness, expansiveness, abundance, opulence. And when you face others who don't have that energy, you know why it is so. You know where it's coming from. It's not coming from a place of evil. It's not coming from a place of unkindness because everything's bad and wretched and wrong. No, it's coming from a place of discord. That individual who's struggling, they have poor mental hygiene. They have discord, which they cannot see. But if you tap into godliness, you'll be able to see it. And you won't be affected by it any longer. I'm becoming less and less and less affected by other people's acts of discordancy, by other people's lack of kindness. Becoming less and less affected. Although at times I do fall back because I'm a human being. I fall from grace. I fell from grace this week on the phone. Wasn't pleasant to admit. But that's That comes with the territory. It's part of the journey. Thanks so much for watching my amazing video today. I hope you didn't think my driving skills were too bad. I look forward to seeing your amazing feedback. I want to know what you think about these concepts. What do you think about this concept of recognizing and becoming aware of what's actually happening to that person who is classed as your enemy? What's the story behind their story? I look forward to seeing your feedback in the comment section down below. Mike, thanks so much again for your amazing feedback. I've gained great impressions, great wisdom from your feedback. I look forward to seeing more. And I look forward to seeing your feedback, your amazing insights. And for those who haven't subscribed yet, it's never too late. I've gotten so many new subscribers here in the last 2 weeks. It's amazing. Thank you. Like this video, smash the subscribe button. Come along with me in this amazing journey. You deserve it. I love you. Have a great week. Great Shabbat too.